Hello, this is Jim, otherwise known as the Outlaw. I would just like to thank all those people that have subscribed and that have commented on the videos. It means to me that I'm getting through to some people. I know I'm not going to get through to everybody that's into bushcraft, because you have the hardcore, everything has to be perfect bushcrafters. Then you have the people that do not know a thing. These are the people that I am trying to reach. These are the people that I want to make it easy for. Excuse me. So, the ones that don't know a lot, I hope that I have made it easy for you. And the ones that know it all, then I'm not teaching you a thing, because you know it all. So that doesn't mean diddly to me, because everything I've done on the video has been a first time. All the shelters, all the fires, everything I've done has all been first time. But I haven't cheated and used like some sort of petrol or anything like that to get my fires going. I've used a little bit of hand gel, a bit of cotton wool and newspapers that I have found en route, as well as small bits of tinder and fluff and anything else, lint, anything I can make into tinder and that I have found, that is what I have used. I have not had perfect firewood. I have not had the perfect weather. So I have had rain, fire in the rain. I have had fire in the sun. Now I'm waiting for the snow to come, and I will be making more videos on making a snow hole, sleeping in a snow hole. All the shelters that I have made for the first time. This will be the same as making a snow shelter. It will be for the first time. Without my tripod, I can't show you how to make things, and to me that pisses me off, because it means that I'm just showing you the beginning, the middle and the end. So I haven't been able to go through the motions of building and showing you how it's been built. I've just had to show you the end product. I hope that you have been happy with the end product. The first shelter I built was on the tree trunk, and all it is from the tree trunk in a slant you put 3 or 4 long pieces of wood, and then going across you put some cross members. You do not have to tie them down, because if you're clever enough you can put them in the joins of the branch where there's a twig coming out. Snap the twig off. You still have the join there, the elbow, the ankle, whatever you want to call it, where you can slide in a piece of wood. The second one was just a matter of that was the one where it was in the middle of a trough, and I just picked out the wood from the middle of that where I showed you there was a hollow there. Just picked up all that wood, threw it to one side, got the long pieces, dug them into like a cross like this. That was at one end. At the other end the same, like 2 sticks across. Didn't tie them, then stuck a nice branch across the middle and built up on one side to make it look like a branch made igloo effect. There's nothing special behind it, there was no tying involved. It's just a matter of locking the wood into place, covering it with smaller twigs. That is for the stability and the strength of it. And then the final is putting over the leaves and the bracken. And once that is completed, you then have a 90% waterproof shelter. Yes, if you want it waterproof, you have to keep covering it and covering it and covering it, and by that time you're sapped of energy, blah blah. All you need, if it's 85%, 90% waterproof, just get inside a waterproof bag, because the rain is not going to be heavy enough to penetrate that, to penetrate the bag as well, so you will be dry. The condensation, you don't get no condensation because there is air coming in and out of the place. If you're clever enough, you can have at one end a fire, as long as there's an airflow for the smoke to get out, you will not get a smoke-filled shelter. So remember, if you are going to have a shelter, make sure that there's some form of airflow, like so you can have a fire. And if you are going to be cooking in there, be careful not to burn yourselves on hot oil or whatever if you're using that. I'm not using hot oil or anything. Mine is just whatever I found, berries and stuff. Put them into a saucepan, boil it up. Leaves, blackberries and stinging nettles, dandelions, dock leaves, acorns. Acorns are a good thing. Now you can put acorns. Don't pick up the green ones because they're bitter. Pick up the brown ones. Put them into a fire. They then the shell turns black. Crack the shell, the nut inside, sweet, lovely. Nothing wrong with that. Don't eat too many because it can play havoc with the shitting process. You could end up with a little bit of diarrhea going on because of the I can't remember what it's called, but there's some sort of there's some form of not acids, but something to that effect that is in these nuts. It's in all nuts and berries and stuff, you know, the juices. I don't know what they're called. It's something that ends with T-I-N. I don't bloody know. Is it pectin? I don't. But anyway, something like that. If you are going to eat blackberries, do not eat the leaves, because the leaves, they have a thing where you can poison yourself, and it's called hydrocyanic poisoning. So yeah, don't eat strawberry leaves, raspberry leaves, blackberry leaves, because yeah, obviously I say you won't die from it, but you could get a bad tummy upset, you could get the sick, you could get the shits. So yeah, and what's the other thing? If you are going to indulge in making showers, try and stay away from using string, unless you want to reuse the string. If it's throwaway string, if it's throwaway string, then use string. If you want to reuse it, then don't use string, because it's a bitch. Your hands are cold. You're trying to untie the bits of little knots, and you know, you might do a reef knot or you might do a slip knot. But at the end of the day, then you've got to wreck the shelter. I leave my shelters behind because, one, I can go back there in the future, or two, someone else might discover it and someone else might benefit from that shelter. So yeah, no problem with that. At the moment, I'm in a town, Chesterfield. I'm sitting in may I say, I am sitting in Ronnie's Burger Bar. Do you know Ronald? You know Ronald? It rhymes with Ronald. Better not say it in case blah blah blah. But they've got excellent Wi-Fi. I don't have to go through the hours of putting in passwords and shit like that. It's just straight down connected. And I've done this from town to town. Put in use Ronald's as a Wi-Fi place. Only been moaned at once for using the Wi-Fi. Well, actually plugging in, charging up, and that was in Sheffield. And the thing was, I thought, you know, he said it's because it hasn't been tested in Sheffield, right? And I said, so the electric plug needs to be tested in Ronald's. They have to test it. So I said, well, how about that fella using his laptop? You haven't asked him. So anyway, basically they looked at me because I've got a grey beard, I'm a tramp, and I said, yeah, okay, you can call me what you like, just don't call me Shirley. So I'm a tramp, okay? No problem with that. I'm a tramp. I'm travelling the country, I'm doing these videos for real. They're not pretend, they're not make-believe, they're real, right? You get these people earning millions and millions of pounds and they're doing fake videos. Everything is laid on a plate for them. And when it is laid on a plate, well, how easy is survival? If everything is just put out there for you, then survival is easy peasy. But then it's not survival. It's like, oh, let's pretend I'm ex-SAS and I'm a super survival expert, okay? Well, I'm not, right? Yes, I was in the military 30 years ago. Nothing special. I wasn't a Navy SEAL, I wasn't SAS, I wasn't a Marine, I was in the Ordnance Corps, right? Which is like bomb disposal, even though I didn't do any bomb disposal. I wasn't military, I'm not nothing. I'm not a poser, I'm doing this for real. I'm doing it at this moment in time. That's all I have to say, is my videos are real. Other videos, they're out for 2 nights, perfect weather, perfect wood, perfect fires, and they're out for 2 nights. But do any of them set up snares? I don't set up snares. I'm not going to waste my time setting up a little piece of wire waiting for some rabbit to go through it. I'm not going to set up 4 little snares on a tree branch waiting for a squirrel to run through it. Okay? I'm not going to do that. Right? I don't know, moving from one place to another, I do not know where these animals are running from one place to another. So I stay well away from killing animals. If I get seriously hungry, then watch out any of this roadkill. Although I haven't found any yet, and it's always been bloody flat as pancakes, and I'm not picking up a flat as pancake partridge or pheasant or whatever. There's no way. It's got to be a little bit plump. There's got to be some form of meat on the bloody thing, and not just feathers and bones. Right? I'm not gonna. No, fuck it. Fuck all that. All right, yeah, all right. I could boil the maggots and make maggot fucking stew, couldn't I? But yeah, you know. But anyway, that's all I've got to say. My name's Jim, I'm the Outdoor Outlaw. If you like what I say, comment. Call me anything you want, say anything you like, don't call me Shirley. Speak to you soon, people. Have a great life. Signing off. Speak to you now and speak to you later. Ta-da now. Bye now.